Hello everyone, a very good evening. I am Aisha Rabbani. I am a dietitian by profession and also a mentor from AgriVision4U, here to guide you for your NIN entrance exam, that is N-CET. So here we are with our first lecture in this series to start with the topic of physiology first of all, and I will be talking about um, structure and function of lungs. Okay, basically, it is a very short introduction on the topic of respiratory system, I can say. So, I'll be displaying an image through my presentation and I will explain each and everything in detail. So, to concentrate, and if any queries, you can ask. Okay, this is about our structure of lungs and functions of lungs. We all know that lung is a very primary or a respiratory organ that helps in exchange of gases, the oxygen and the carbon dioxide through the alveoli and the blood, then again from the capillaries, from blood to the tissue, and each and everything. How important is that? Responsible for our respiratory system. And each and everything I have discussed already in the classes where I teach live. Okay, so this is just a kind of a revision series, I can say. So we have discussed about its structure already. We have discussed about, the respiratory tract, that how it is divided in upper airways and in the lower airways. The upper airways, we have seen that this upper respiratory tract, it includes the nose, okay, the nasal passages, and then again the coming with the paranasal sinuses, the pharynx, and the portion of the larynx which is above the vocal folds, that is nothing but the vocal cords. Okay, and the lower respiratory system, as I have already mentioned, that it includes larynx, which is below the vocal folds, trachea is there, bronchi is there, bronchioles is there. You can see the image of this over here. This particular part is your bronchioles. Okay, this is your upper respiratory tract. This is your lower respiratory tract. Okay, there are many other parts which are included in upper respiratory tract, but it is not here in the picture because all the nose and stuff, even that is a part of the upper respiratory tract. Okay, and then it is also divided to the alveolar ducts, alveolar sacs, and the alveoli, as you can see there in the picture. Now, the lungs, we all know where it is located. It is located in the chest on the either side of the heart. Okay. If this is the heart, okay, here and here, the lungs are located. Okay. Inside the rib cage. And they are, conical in shape with a narrow, rounded apex at the top. As you can see, this narrow, rounded apex, this particular part, this is the narrow, rounded apex. Okay, you can see somewhere it is looking like it is conical in shape. Okay, so that is what it actually meant. And um, this broad concave base, you can see this broad concave base, this one. Okay, the broad concave base of that, it rests on the convex surface of the diaphragm. am pretty sure you all know what is diaphragm. Okay, and the apex of the lung, it extends into the root of the neck, which reaches shortly above and the level of the sternal end, which is the first rib. Okay, we have already discussed about all these things. I have shown the picture of the rib cages, how it is divided, its parts, its pairs. Okay, all the sternum and stuff we have already discussed. Okay, now let me tell you about the right lung and the left lung, like how it is different from each other. Here in the picture itself, you can see that their sizes are a bit different. Okay, this one seems a little small, this side, and this side seems to be a little broader and a little bit large when compared to the other side. Okay, so this right lung, you can say it has more lobes and segments when you compare to the left as it is depicted in the picture. It is also divided into three lobes: upper, middle, and a lower lobe by two fissures. One is oblique and one is horizontal. Then, if you compare to this left lung, okay, it is divided in two: upper, lower, by the oblique fissure you can see. And this extends from the costal to this mediastinal surface of the lung, both above and this hilum. Okay, there is this particular lobes over here, this one, and this was the oblique fissure I was talking about. And here is this hilum. This part is the hilum. This picture is actually very important to understand how it is situated, how it is, like structurized, and what are the sizes, all the, this apex bodies, its conical shape, and this concave base, all this. It is very important to know that. Even this is concave base. And now, if you see in the whole 3D body, okay, then here comes this convex shape, which is nothing but your diaphragm. All right, we have already discussed this, and then we have discussed about many other things about the fissures. We have seen about the lung compliance, how the elastic fibers, the connective tissue of the lungs, they are made of elastic and the collagen fibers. We have seen all those things. Okay, now let me come to a very important part, which is nothing but the functions of the lungs. Okay, we all know that it is very important organ to, I can say, like of the upper respiratory tract. Like the upper respiratory tract and the lower respiratory tract has both different functions. Now if I say about upper respiratory tract, okay, it is responsible for the nose and nasal cavities, and it provides airways for respiration. Okay, it provides airways for respiration. Coming to the second function, what this lungs do is the paranasal sinuses, that it surrounds the nasal cavities. Like there are four paired air-filled cavities found inside the bones of the skull. Okay, these sinuses are named for the skull bones that contain frontal and ethmoidal, sphenoidal, maxillary. I have explained all these things through a picture. Okay, so let me just write a bit roughly over here that it is paranasal sinuses that surround nasal cavities. Okay. Coming to this now, and the next one, the pharynx. Okay, it connects the nasal and the oral cavities to the larynx and esophagus. That is, very common. And the larynx and the vocal cords, it is the only thing which is responsible, or, it is allowing us to breathe, talk, and sing. Okay. And there is a bone, usually its name is, Hyoid. It's usually pronounced like this, Hyoid. It's hyoid bone. Okay. And this particular bone in the body that doesn't touch another bone. Okay, it is attached to the tongue and it helps you to swallow at the start of the digestion. And in the respiratory system, structures that produce sound depend on this hyoid. The body are the greater horns of the bone, serve as attachment points. Okay, the neck muscles that raise and to the lower larynx during the speech, and also during swallowing, it is very important. Okay, so all those functions we have already discussed. Okay, the other things will be discussed in tomorrow's lecture. Okay, for further details, like even we are going through the normal life classes every day in the evening, where each and everything is discussed through such pictures, and a very deep and detailed explanation is given. So I'll just upload the number on the screen. You can contact for further details. So I hope that was helpful and you just got an idea about the structure and the functions of lungs, and then in detail about the upper respiratory tract, lower respiratory tract, how this oxygen combines with hemoglobin, how it is transported from alveoli to tissue and blood. Each and everything will be discussed. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.